What is year-end planning? On this edition of WealthWise. Hello, I'm Deanne Rosso, President and CEO of Elevate Wealth Advisory. Today, I'd like to introduce our wealth advisor, Rob Fezekas, who's going to give us some tips for year-end planning and how to make sure you've completed the financial tasks to save on your taxes and complete necessary requirements. Let's see what Rob has to say.
So what is year-end planning? A basic definition would be action steps that we can take before the end of the year that put ourselves in a better position for next year and beyond. Often these steps are in the context of our finances, but they can also refer to other parts of our lives, including our health and well-being. Now, let me give you a few examples of items that fall under this definition of year-end planning. One of the most common steps that we see people take is scheduling voluntary medical exams, particularly dental and vision checkups. And especially if you've used up your deductible for the year and your out-of-pocket costs might be lower if you can get those appointments in by December 31st. Another common example is charitable donations, particularly if those donations might be tax deductible and you can get those donations in by December 31st. You can save some money on your taxes this year when you do your tax return in the spring. If you have a flexible spending account through your employer, sometimes the rules stipulate that those balances need to be used up by the end of the year, or they could revert to zero. So that's something you'd want to do by December 31st. If you are a small business owner, you might be able to incur some voluntary expenses before the end of the year to offset against income, which could also save taxes. If you have an investment portfolio, you might want to rebalance that portfolio before the end of the year if you're on an annual schedule, and if your investments have drifted from initial target weights. Also, if you have a taxable investment account and you have unrealized capital losses, you might be able to recognize some of those losses and offset them against capital gains, and again, lower your tax bill when it comes time to do your taxes at the beginning of next year. Another year-end planning step is contributing to a retirement account or a college savings account or a health savings account before the end of the year. The contribution limits often reset on January 1st, so you want to do that before the end of the year as well. And finally, you might need to take a distribution from a retirement account, like an IRA, if you're of a certain age and you are subject to required minimum distributions. You want to get that into by the end of the year to avoid any penalties.